Hello and welcome to 7 out of 10's hands-on review of SimCity. I'm Ali and James is going to take me through a city.
Welcome to my world! This is where you would all live if I had power over all of you.
So what's going on here? Your city looks pretty built up to me.
Yeah, this is Sheepy Magna. Well-known place in the Midlands, I'm sure, but also gives me an excuse to name everything after sheep. And here we have my little metropolis. This is supposed to be a slightly more residential area. I call this the commuter belt. So we've got a lot of high-rise towers here. And over to this side we have the Greeny University district.
Very nice.
A bit more smog, but we've got the recycling centre, sewage treatment plant. There's a problem with that. Over here a bit more built up. It's just a bit of, I think that's commerce, and the cheap outlying houses over here. So yeah, this is my and you can see we're very environmentally friendly over this way. I try to be green, try to keep everything going over. Mainly because one of my other cities is so smog built that you can't move for the pollution over there. So this is me trying to balance out my sim world environment. And if we, I don't know, let's see if there's something going on down there, some flashing lights.
Oh wow, okay. So can you micromanage what's going on?
Not really. This is all about, let's see. Oh, this, poor Sophia, it turns out has just got fired.
Oh dear.
I definitely didn't micromanage that because Sophia and I go way back. We were at college together. I'm quite concerned about where she's going now. So although we can't micromanage, there's series of things we can do to. I mean, I think we need to make her a job. She's obviously pining for some employment. So if we pull back to this, you can see all the yellow areas are industry, and there aren't that many of them. And the blue areas are shopping districts, and the green are all accommodation. So down here, it's quite good at trying to give you feedback about what you need. So they're saying there's a lot of industrial demand. Now I'm trying to ignore that for the moment because one of my other cities is trying to build up for that. But I reckon, in theory, if we knock some of these down and made some shops for Sophia, maybe she could get a job. But I don't know. I'm trying to avoid like pandering to the whim of every sim as we come along, because I'm sure if so here's a positive story. Here's my recycling truck. Picking up stuff on its way around town. So yeah, the SimCity is a bit of a weird one in the sense that you can try and manage districts, but not necessarily the outcome of people's lives itself.
So you've spoken a bit about you've got more than one town. How is that interacting, or is that different from other sim games?
It's different from the previous world. This is their big. This is their big hit, supposedly, with the new version. Supposedly this all runs online, and we have all these cities interacting with each other. So I've got Sheepy Magna over there. Is that supposedly that it's in trouble with waste disposal?
Okay.
Manny's needs some health, and what's happening over here? The other one, Manny's Mini Cheddar, needs some shopping. So all these cities can interact with each other. Although how you actually do so is a bit. It's a bit hit and miss.
So there's not a clear link?
No.
There's not a clear outcome to your actions, maybe?
No, because I mean, this city over here, I've tried to make more of an industrial one so that people want to go over there and work, and this Sheepy Magna a bit greener, so people supposedly live. So if there's the mass transport, I mean, that doesn't actually help. It says there are people coming in and coming out. Workers. Surprisingly, Sheepy Magna comes into Sheepy Magna for workers, which, considering this is 90% industrial and this has got next to no jobs in it, that's quite impressive. Education. This is the educational hub of the region, and at least people from Maya are coming in. So in theory, the people can commute between, but it's a bit odd because this region itself, if I spin around this way, you can see it's got lots of different plots. But they're not all actually interconnected. So these four here can swap resources. I could send garbage trucks, I can send coal, I can send money, I can send ambulances over and they'll go and help out. but that's just within these 4. And even though that is somewhat connected through airports and railways to like Sheepy by the Sea and Nuova Cove City, they can't actually interact that much. So what you're basically left with, if we just go back to our city, is occasional influence and ultimately quite a small area that you're working with. You can see it's not the hugest thing in the world, although it's quite nice. You can say over to there. So yeah, it's a pros and cons thing, because I find it quite Moorish trying to adapt cities to get them to work together. Like, this is the university that all the region should be coming to, but as you can see, there's only 193 students. When the region population is, what's it going to say? Region population is over 1 million.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think I'd get some more trade that way.
So perhaps we could take a look at one of your cities more in depth and see about the day-to-day management. Did one of them need something doing with their waste disposal?
Yeah, let's head back over to Sheepy Magna.
Okay, so you have to load each city.
Yeah, it's can be quick, can be slow, depending on how much you've built. You can see it's got the humour and some reticulating some splines. I'm sure I'll tell you about llamas in a minute. There we go. The llamas.
Now, I think reticulating splines is something to do with programming and curves or something.
It is definitely something to do with curves. I think the first bit may be a bit tongue-in-cheek, but goats are nothing to do with programming, I'll give you that much.
Okay, here we are entering Sheepy Magna.
Sheepy Magna, you can probably see already this is a bit more built up. It's actually a nicer ground to work on because it's far flatter than you probably saw the bridges and the curves in the other part. So it means we can get more done.
So the problem here was they were needing some waste disposal, was it?
Yeah. So in terms of waste disposal, we have. It's not too bad. You can see all the little vans driving around trying to collect stuff, but I don't think we're collecting enough recycling.
Oh dear, so there's a lot of rubbish piling up. Bit like Naples, bins in the streets.
Yeah, this is probably the bit that you can get your teeth into most, because to actually fill a city up is relatively quick, but to actually manage the problems associated with it, it's probably a bit harder. So we need to try and pop down as you can see, everywhere's a bit built up, so I'm going to have to stomp over something. Let's pull out. Okay, so every zone is used. So if I take these, because as soon as I zone an area, someone will start building in it. So if I de-zone these, it's get a bit brutal. Kick some tenants out.
Aww.
Yeah, tough love. If they complain about garbage in the streets, I'm going to have to get rid of those who make the garbage.
It's interesting. It's obviously a very American game because they're using a few American terms there.
Yes, I've been asked to replace some faucets as well during my time. So
not faucets.
Faucets. Is that just? I thought I was delivering babies.
That's forceps.
Oh, okay.
We could be on here all day, guys.
Right, let's pop a recycling plant down. Is that going to be enough? Right, if I pop it there. So that should hopefully allow me to get more trucks out in the street, but it's more that. Do you see that little chap there? They're not happy. They're not happy about it. So you've got to try and balance all the resources. Or
so do you reckon a few trees might cheer them up?
A few trees, but if they're complaining about garbage, let's get that sorted. So with each of the major buildings, so like with the actual apartments, see it's just basic stats. But if we're going to the recycling centre, you can micromanage. Use that phrase again. What actually goes on? So we've already got a plastic recycling line, so if we add a metal recycling line, and we've got plastic, an alloy, can we add that? It's a very ungainly shape. I mean, I'm missing out on spaces there. So we've got all those, and as you can see, each of them cost a certain amount per hour to run, so it's not free. We're running a bit of a deficit at the moment, but I'll come back to that. So yeah, you basically get to expand out each building as how you want. Let's pop a few more collection trucks down, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. I'm going to have to stomp over some more houses. Sorry people, it's for the greater good. Is that actually going down? I don't know if that's actually working. So you can see how much they've started reclaiming plastics already, which is quite nice. Come on. That's just not working at all. It is a bit glitchy. There are places that just seem slightly less than polished, and an awful lot of the interaction between you and the Sims can be a bit broken. I'm determined to actually put this down now. The more vans we have, the more garbage they can pick up. Go down. There we go. Throw a few more down. It's a bit too far away. Knock another house down. Maybe if I knock enough houses down, the other people from Sheepy Magna will come on over. Right, so that's that done. And it's quite nice because you can see I'm running in a deficit, and we can change all the taxes. As you can see, as with the real world, healthcare costs quite a lot. Ah,
it's nearly... Well, actually, waste disposal's coming up behind healthcare for your biggest costs.
Yeah. The thing is, it's quite profitable as well. At a very basic level of the game, you can just try and manage your incomings and outgoings to balance. But I've got quite a lot of... Where is it? I've got one lurking around here. There's a trade centre. There we go. Trade centre. So this will take in everything that the recycling point has recycled and allow me to sell it. So we're exporting alloys for 30 grand and metals for 50. So it's even though that's running a negative, I'm still ticking over on a, well, as you can see, a quite tidy profit. But yeah, this is the industrial hub, so there's a lot of pollution. You can basically have a look at all the garbage. It's the sewage.
Now, see, every time I've seen you playing this, you seem to be watching the poos flow around the city.
It's quite therapeutic watching the poos. I mean, you can see that I don't have a sewage problem, but if we switch back to the sewage disposal, there we go. You can see all the poos flooding through the street. You can't tell me that's...
It's a bit like a lava lamp.
It is.
In a horrible way.
Let's get right in on this. Looks like the poo is chasing the cars.
I fear we're starting to head into a road of no return.
We'll pull back from that. Although I don't tell my Sims this, but there is a bit of a, I wouldn't say exploit, but if I put on the water chart, the sewage treatment plant obviously drops out a lot of water. I've got my water pumping station right next to the sewage plant.
Nice.
It's not too bad. I have...
Do you treat it?
Oh yes. Yeah, we've got some filtration pumps, but it's like infinite water. It's got a slightly zingy taste to it, but they've learned to live with it. I've told them it's fluoride.
Have you?
I have, yeah. Not really. Okay.
I'd like that idea. Like mayor of the city.
What's that metal taste? Don't worry about it.
So, I mean, I know this is a sort of Sim sandbox game, but do you have a character? Are you kind of the mayor of the city, or are you just sort of...
Yeah, I'm just the mayor. So if we... this is my town hall. It's rather resplendent. Actually, one of the good things about having multiple cities in a region is the town hall can be upgraded with Department of Finance, Safety, Tourism, and they all unlock certain things. And if you're in a region, then someone in other city, if they unlock stuff, can unlock stuff for you as well. I think they're protesting. They're upset about something. I think if we go down here.
Oh, lots of people running around.
Yep.
What's that?
It's protesting. I'm not quite sure what they're protesting against. Happiness.
Is it all those houses here? Oh, too much crime.
Too much crime. Oh well, this has turned into a bit of a crime den.
Oh dear.
If I scroll over here, we can find Vu Tower. There's a couple of expansions, and under the police, there is Vu Tower, where the Vu Tower and ubiquitous Vu Tech gadgets, while Dr. Vu, a few more Vus there, while Dr. Vu helps local companies, he's also a master criminal. So at the moment he's looting, and I can unleash henchmen. I think that basically unlocks me more and more gadgets and things as we go along.
So you're supporting the crime lord at the minute?
I wouldn't like to go on record as saying I'm supporting crime lord. I'm supporting local business. And if that local business happens to be a bit nefarious, then, well, I hire a lot of police. If we just go back to the statement, I think you'll find that police are not unsupported in this town.
I feel like you've dodged the question there. I want to do a bit of a Paxman. Can I really push you on this issue?
Have you seen this pretty button here that I will distract us from?
Ooh, what does it do?
It's more like the advanced one, so you can turn your city into mining industry or drilling. I think I've gone for a bit of drilling.
Was that mining? Oh no, the First Lady looked a bit like Margaret Thatcher. A little bit.
Like, odd considering he shut down half of them.
I think there might be a little bit of irony going on there.
Maybe some recompense is being there. But yeah, we've got a mining rig. I've been quite lucky that I was... we've got some coal deposits there that I'm mining, and if we go into oil, you can see I'm digging up bits and pieces from there as well. So it's probably more of the advanced game trying to tweak around with that. But yeah, the main thing I'm disappointed with is that this city is supposed to be the one that's providing a lot of jobs for the other city, and it doesn't really seem to be the case. So if we go back to, like, all my people in there are working elsewhere, so I get the feeling I'm just going to have to keep on bulldozing towns and until they actually get to the idea. In fact, let's...
Well, yeah, I've got quite a lot of people living there as well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, yeah, I've got a population of, yeah, almost 400,000, which probably explains why they're going elsewhere. So let's try and, let's fast forward. I didn't realise it was on so slow. You can see them all speeding up. Let's try and redress the balance. So, if I pick a block.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Okay. I will be the ruthless landlord that just comes in and goes, goodbye. I think that's all of them. There you go, there's a tiny block just there. I think we might have had them all. Oh, tiny one. So let's see here, we're providing jobs for Sophia.
Ah, was this her specialist subject?
Well, I don't know. She was crying as she left home at the wheel, so we'll never find out. So yeah.
So what are you building there?
These things just pop up as you provide space for them. So as the sun rises over Sheepy Magna and glints through the smog bank.
Those houses then? Or?
No, these will all be industry that they pop out of nowhere. So hopefully we can, yeah, get less workers and more industry, so we can get other people coming in. But if we just pop back to the main thing, you can see that had a huge region. But I want to show you how we start something as well. So if we pop over to, is it going to allow me? Come on. Let's start over there. So if we just claim this, I mean, it looks... it's really annoying that you can't just move around your own region. So these are all of the people's, but we'll just claim this one, as no one's been here before.
Right, here we go. So we're heading over to somewhere that's called Washtub Fields at the moment.
Yeah, you can see it's all untouched. This is virgin ground. You can see another town over there in the background. I think if we look over the way, you can see the hidden through the mist, the old towns of Sheepy. But this is how all your town start works out. You've got a nice bit of coastal there, can get some nice residential, but you basically just start with a road. So we always have to expand it. Now you can do it in any which direction, but it's always a bit. If you want the most optimal, sadly you just have to default to going straight lines. One of the many glitches in this is that putting in curved roads, which is possible, is just like the houses just don't map to it. In fact, if we're just using this as a, there we go. Let's try and add some style. Oh, put it back to straight. That's got some nice little touches, because you can do. You want a square road? Boom.
One of those, are they all joined up?
As good as. Yeah, it's just this is my OCD kicking now, so I'll leave that alone. So yeah, first things first, always get your punters in.
Aww.
So hopefully we should see speed life up.
No.
No. Come in, we're open for business.
So are you kind of tired, you can't do anything else till you get some folks in, yeah?
Pretty much. Oh, here we go, they're whizzing down.
Ooh, unlock the archaeology. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, there's regional wonders you can build. So between each of the 4 cities you can build like space stations or airports.
So is this the 4 linked cities, or you can have 4 cities?
Yeah, between the 4 linked cities, and then they all have to. It's probably one of the the further end goals where you have to like, put all your oil and metal together.
Okay, so we've got some people starting to move in.
Yeah, and pretty much at this point you can now do your own will. So we could. They're already starting the fact there's no electricity here, so
Oh dear.
you've got a few choices. We're a bit limited with cash very early on, but could go wind, which is quite cheap.
Yeah.
Coal, which is cheap but gets dirty. Oil, solar panel if you're being flash, or if you've got some cash, bit nuclear.
Oh, well, you're near the coast, so I reckon a bit of wind power
Bit
might
wind
be
power.
good.
It's just tells you how fast it is. The wind coming in from the top. Let's just bung some of that down. And equally, we need some water. Lots of water table, so we'll just bung it there. So that's pretty much all you need to get a city going, and then it's off to how you want to specialise. So, I know the coast could attract tourists. You can specialise in gambling if you want. I don't think we've got too much for a casino. Oh no, we could.
Not yet.
No, we need some commercial buildings. But one thing that is always fun is we could.
What?
Yeah, if you're getting bored with your Sims, we can. Let's see. Can we just do that? Where are we going? Go!
Oh no! So you've set a new city, and now you've set a giant lizard on them.
Well, I feel they have to. They're not paying too much tax at the moment, so they have to take the rough with the smooth.
But how does this benefit you?
Oh, it doesn't. This has never happened. Never benefited anyone in SimCity. But it's always good occasionally if you want to start over, or just have a cathartic meteor strike, maybe. I don't think I can send the two at the same time, but.
So is he just going to continue rampaging?
I think he. Oh, he's destroyed my powerhouse.
Indeed.
So what's he going to do now? He looks like he's been made out of the spore creatures. Oh, he's off now.
Aww.
I like the fact that people are still coming to settle, though, even despite the fact there's a giant lizard there. But as you can see,
Oh dear.
bit of rubble everywhere, so I need to clear that out before we go.
So
Yeah,
perhaps you need another wind plant.
I think so. I think we'll leave this for the moment. Head back to maybe a more suitable. Let's get us back to mine. Yeah, so it takes a while for it to go from that to this, but well, actually, it doesn't take too long. It's quite easy to get your city full. It's getting it ticking over quite nicely that takes the struggle as you try and balance all the resources. But the weird thing is, have you ever had a game that you know isn't great, but you carry on playing?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, SimCity sort of ticks that, as it's just far too easy to fill a city, and then it's far too much of a chore to try and beat all the quirks in the AI and the dubious interaction between each city to actually get them going. But somehow I just keep on wanting to prod it and see what happens.
Still something a bit addictive.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely just trying to tweak things. I think it's easy enough to spawn out 100 cities, but it's quite it's quite addictive just trying to get one operating as a nice little.
I suppose that's the whole thing about sandbox type games. It's you set your own goals, and if your goal is to have a nice, happy, balanced city, then it's probably going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, I think I'm being a bit stubborn at the moment, trying to get two cities to work with each other. Whether it'll work in the long run, who knows, but determined to push it through. So yeah, that is SimCity. You'll probably find me lurking on this for the rest of the week, not knowing why, but yeah, I'm off to go and unleash another giant monster.